Alright guys, so today I'm gonna be working on something. So first of all, hello. Hope you're doing good through this crazy times we're living in. And it, right now I'm just getting back into projects and trying to figure out the next step. So today I'm gonna be looking at this Ziva dynamics. I've been waiting for a long time to get back into Ziva or to get started into Ziva. The interface, as it seems so far, it's pretty straightforward, intuitive. There's a few tutorials on the internet, and basically what I'm gonna do today is just open the software. I got a free trial version on Ziva Dynamics, and what I'm gonna be doing here is just testing the features. Pretty simple. Right now I have this simple test that I've made here just to check if it was working, and of course right now it's not gonna work, right? But it was. Okay, let's try to disconnect it. Try to set a keyframe here and my bad. Yeah, so it is working, and what I'm gonna begin doing now is just trying to understand. I'll set up once again this simple setup here. Try the dynamic. Yeah, it works. Yeah, so as you can see, we can do some dynamics. Look at that. What a surprise. So yeah, let's begin this again though, and I'll continue to test like some soft tissue stuff and just see. I'm looking to understand like how can this be applied on the facial system that I was developing. If we can attach this to the previous system and simulate some fat on the face. This way, we wouldn't be necessary to create more systems. We could be using just a joint rig, and for the fat and for the cheeks and some other stuff, we could be using Ziva Dynamics. That being said, I'm probably not going to be talking too much, except we get anyone asking something. And yeah, let's recreate this thing. All right, so as I said, just recreating that simple test that I did, just so that we can check how it works. So I'm just going to clean the history here. I'm going to create two polycubes, two polycube. Oh. I'm going to change a bit of the configuration. Add like 5 divisions here. Then heal. So what I learned from some of the tutorials that I've seen, it's pretty straightforward. As I said, you get this one guy here, transform it into a bone, and it's going to create the solver automatically. So we have 2 guys with the bones, and this one goes with the muscle, right? We have a bunch of nodes here that are relative to resolution. Right now we have kind of a low resolution, but I'm just opening up for the first time, and this is what we see right away. I would imagine that it has to deal with some of this attributes here, or the resolution of the muscle, but we're not going to go through that right now. So first of all, I'm going to select this vertex and select this one guy here, and I'm going to click on this blue button here on the top left, which is to attach. So it's going to attach to the closest points, I guess. Straight line. And then we can do the same thing here, just vertex and attach. And that's how we get it going. I think that we can simply put it to the back here and then grab it. Should be able to make it work. But that's apparently not. Yeah, okay, so as I said, this is like the first time I'm handling this software. I have created one solver before and then deleted it. So, you know what? I'm just going to try to get started over again. Brand new scene. I'm going to create the polycube, and then I'm going to add the necessary divisions, or I don't even know if it's necessary, to be honest. And then I'm going to duplicate it and just place it on top. And this should be two different geometries. I'm going to create the polyspheres. Once again, if you're just getting here, I'm doing this, I am testing Ziva dynamics and just trying to learn something with it, and seeing if I can get it to work so that I can understand if I can apply the same principles into the other rigs that I've been working. Just going to create the muscle, and I'm going to create the bones over again. Oops. Hold on. Let me just clean it up, make sure that we have a clean sphere. That might have been the problem last time. Right, so now I'm just gonna test like a simple animation here. See if we can pull it up and down. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so this time we get it. I'll test the interactive. So I'll just delete all the keys into this particular model here. Delete keys. Alright, so now what I'm going to test is to turn this into a tissue instead of a muscle. See what happens. So it was working and now it's no longer working. So I would assume we probably need a different solver for each one of these guys. So I'll just delete these guys and try to duplicate them again so that I can try to test it as a tissue and not as a muscle. Yeah, I consider this solver here is probably screwed up right now. So this is going to be like a learning process. Yeah, I think it works as a tissue. Let's see if I can change a little bit of the material and get a different behavior on this piece of mesh. Yeah, why it doesn't work sometimes, it's something I don't understand right now, but let's keep trying. Alright, so I simply need to check now some information. No easy way to do it. There's a guy explaining it. This is mostly my process on learning everything. It's not glamorous, it's not amazing. It's just what it is. I need to get started, check out what's going on, how it's being done, and start being creative with it, like applying to different things. And so I've seen already that at this point of the video he's showing how to set the direction of the fibers and drop here. So that's something that I was trying to figure out, see how hard it was really to get this thing started. So it's talking about the seam, pretty simple. And what it seems to me is that although like the muscle seam to some extent is not even that difficult, or at least this way is doing, like it's just attaching the muscles to the bones and then having the seam, pretty straightforward. And so here's where he's actually changing the density of the sim. And this is old. Hey, so if you stop by to watch some tutorials with me, welcome. As I said, this is not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's just the way it goes. Like, to get started, understand what's going on, how to handle it, and hopefully get to do something greater later on, right? Just experiment with some numbers and pretty straightforward stuff. My little balloon here doesn't even change anything. God damn. So now this is in real-time playback. Yeah, I would really love to just see some sort of difference in the material. But let's also try to have two seams on the seam. So I believe I can create like a second solver. Or do I need to? Can I have just one solver? That's a question. This one has already been used, so I'm going to delete all the history here and just do it again, right? So the question that I have is, does it need the solver? Does it need another solver? Or is it good enough with one solver? yeah, that really doesn't help, right? Yeah, let's create other experiments. I'm just gonna delete everything, including the solver, and now let's try just polyplane. Is that how it goes? Polyplane. Yep. And let's increase the size in it. Yeah, so welcome to see the very first steps of me trying to do something on Ziva dynamics, which is not responding perfectly right now. But we're gonna do it one step after the other. I mean, it's not really exciting to see someone doing the very first things in any software. You know, that's how it goes. As I said, there's no glamour, nothing. It's easy to see someone driving a freaking race car. I think that super easy to get there, or it's super easy to do what they do, but the thing is, you just gotta get started on the same place as everybody else. And although it's really weird, I gotta be honest, but I just don't care, I guess. After all this pandemics thing as well, like it's good to just get back to work, and a lot has happened. And by doing it live, there's a good amount of concentration that goes in, like just focus doing the thing, you know. And that is really helpful because when you're not online, basically looking at everything over the internet, watching all kinds of useless stuff. At least for me, right? I can speak for myself. So why doesn't it work though? Yeah, so this is trying to do some seam stuff and some Ziva dynamics here. Just not responding the way that I quite intended. It should. Solvers here. But it doesn't seem to respond. You can see that for some reason the solver is not following the. So if you have any experience on Ziva Dynamics and you want to contribute, dude, my friend, that's right now. You can add some knowledge here, just, and I'll certainly be bringing back knowledge as soon as I find out all the things that I should be doing here. So I'll start again. The polyplane. Right, so this is a brand new scene with brand new objects. Everything's all the history is deleted and the geometry is transformations zeroed out. Yeah, so it just seems pretty similar, right? I don't know. Yeah, if I can see that, it would be great. All right. See, maybe I'm. Hmm. Hmm. I think I see. So it's not a Z cloth then. Shouldn't be the Z cloth. Just duplicate this and delete the other one. So for this one, this case, yeah, I'll delete this over. Let's try start from scratch. So this guy here has some outputs. Clean the history. Let's add the muscle in bone. Is following. Then let's pick up the vertex. And connect. Now, one thing I've noticed is hmm. Yeah, so welcome to this amazing journey. Oh, now it works. Okay. Wait, so you can see some live dynamics here. Amazing. A tissue floating. Okay, okay. So there's something to it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it needs like a initial stage or something. It needs to get into to a certain point so that you can start seeing. I believe it started working once it crossed a certain number here. Wait, you see, 300 something. Yeah, so I don't know why is that, but you can see that it's working pretty smooth. Yeah, weird. I don't know. It was like on 300, so just wait to see. Probably gonna pop this thing. Yep. Why 300? I don't know. Is that something like a buffer? Is it memory? Hmm. Well, what I'd like to know now is how to control. There's a tout. I think that the tat. That was what he was talking about. So the tat size. So the lower the tat size. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to work for me, but that size will drop like a 1 here. Love to see this thing shrinking down. This is the solver shape, right? There's a there it is, the gravity here. Frames per second 24. Like more newtons. All right, let's go again. $300, you should be able to see the something. Let's go again. So as I said, this is a test for Ziva Dynamics. There's infinite applications for this. What interests me at the moment is what happened to my solver though. Interesting. So you can see that, so basically just going through here right now, what we can see here, you can create like a single solver here, top there, there we go. Look there. You can see you can create a single solver or the tissue, right? The Z tissue, the create Z bone, Z cloth, and then there's operations you can do. This is just the tab here, right? The shelf. So you can attach muscles or you can add a Z material. So that's the stuff that he was talking about on the tutorial. You can add Z fiber. You can add a parent tissue. You can add the rest shape, which is interesting as well. I would assume it's just like a blend shape. The line of action. Look at that. This is interesting. So they've added like a rivet already. And there's cache. Seems like a super cool thing. I don't know. All right, so I think I might be good for today. I have to figure out more stuff to bring actual information for you guys. But if you are here watching this this very first interaction with Ziva Dynamics, you can see that there's a lot of questions, and I will continue to try to understand this software and bring the solutions. Like how do you make it be steady and not crash or simulate 100% of the time. And then we're gonna start doing our first actual muscles here, and I will eventually begin to test Ziva Dynamics on the rig of the Joaquin Phoenix, and that's going to be a starting point for us to go into greater stuff and rigs in the future. So I'm working out the ideas right now, just trying to get the foot on the on the water or something like that. Just just get started and see if you can figure out the next project. and the thing that we're going to be working on for the next period of time. So my life, right, just an update on what's going on in my life right now. I am currently working on in Scanline VFX here in Vancouver, which for me was a gigantic achievement. I've been trying to get to this point for a long time, and since I came here actually, so this was I cannot say that this was I cannot measure the achievement, but I can say for me it was like a big moment. And then now I am working towards the next goal, just trying to figure out what's the next thing that needs to be done in order to proceed evolving on the career. And as you know, let me open Joaquin Phoenix on the meantime here so that we can actually have something to look. This is the stage of Joaquin Phoenix as we stopped. Last time I touched it, I was working at Zoic Studios, and then COVID just struck in, and from there on, I was working on some freelance stuff to try to survive here in Vancouver. So we have the whole muscle set up, good to go. And I was looking on the eyebrows here. So what could be going on next is there's the sticky lips that needs to be figured out. There's so we have the muscles in place, but we don't have any kind of simulation on the skin. So that's what I was thinking about Ziva Dynamics, to have something like a fat pad here. It could be driven by these joints, these muscles, and just react to the system and create the effect that we're looking for, and try to go around like creating a blend shape rig with a gigantic amount of blend shapes to be sculpted. But for now, that's it. Just giving a broad update on what's going on, and we're gonna talk a lot on the future. We're gonna be updating and bringing more information as I can, as much information as I can. If you have any questions about the film industry and the visual effects industry, which is what I'm working on, where I'm working on right now, just drop me comments, send me as messages, or comment on this video, and I'll try to create some quality content to solve these questions. All right, so for today, that's pretty much it. There was, as I said, no glamour in learning anything, so I hope you go through the same path, because one day you will be working on some crazy, lunatic, complex thing, and you're gonna remember the days that you just got started, like the very first day. And this is my very first day on Ziva Dynamics. All right, you guys have a good night, and bye bye.